All right, my bright, shining face is back. So, life on life's terms happens, guys. So, what had happened was my brother in law is trying to change an electrical outlet. So, he turned off the internet. Uh, no biggie, because, all right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it because even stuff happened during that, right? It always does. We were talking about intelligence versus humility, and I'm going to reread this, all right? And I had talked a little bit. If you saw the other one, you saw that I was talking about a problem about even just this. And I used my intelligence and humility thing here to figure out kind of what was going on. I was thinking, a lot of people aren't watching this anymore. It's just kind of me. That feels kind of, I feel kind of lonely. Um, and so I figured that out, and we decided that humility was the way to go on that because that means that if I do this and I help one person, then we're good, as opposed to, oh, all my friends aren't on here and things like that, right? Power gets cut off, my phone goes off. People are like, what happened to you? See how intelligence doesn't always work in your favor. I was wrong about the whole thing. Okay. Maybe I got that gift because I decided that humility was the way to go. So God was like, okay, well, I'm going to turn off your internet. Nothing in this world happens by mistake. So when I first came to the program, I thought that humility was just another word for weakness. But I gradually learned that there's nothing incompatible between humility and intelligence, just as long as I place humility first. It's about where we ended. And we have to put that humility first. That's how I had made that decision. Okay. So those two things can combine. Okay. They don't need to be opposite. They can work in unison with each other as long as humility comes first. So check your intentions first, and then let's move on to our brain. As soon as I began to do that, I was told I would receive the gift of faith. A faith which would work for me as it has worked and continues to work for countless others who have been freed from their addiction and have found a new way of life in the program that is a horribly long run-on sentence. Come on, Hazelden. Have you ever heard of commas? All right. Actually, it isn't. It's just I ran out of breath. They have ands in there. So I would receive the gift of faith as soon as that happened, right? Right. What does that feel like? It's going to feel different. It might even feel uncomfortable because you don't know it. All right. But once we have made a decision to utilize humility before intelligence, our faith either starts or begins to get stronger. Okay. Why? Because now we are in tune with God. Your will, not ours, be done, right? Have I come to believe in the world of Heine? I may not even have said that right. That the actions of men are like the index of a book. They point out the most remarkable in them. So actions speak louder than words. Yes, your actions will always show. I was kind of talking about that. It was either yesterday or the day before. That when we get in certain situations, you're going to find your human behavior. You're not going to be able to. You're going to be yourself. So if you're hiding certain things, like the little boy whistling in the dark, or maybe you kept some secrets during your 4-step, that's going to show up. It will show up in your behavior. Okay. And it'll just happen. Okay. It'll be a reactionary thing to a trigger or something like that. Okay. You've got to take a few seconds. Okay. Especially if you feel triggered and you know what it feels to be triggered. Your stomach goes into an automatic knot, man. You know the signs. So I'm going to read out of Into Action, right? Because faith without works is dead. I'm not going to go. Okay. Yes, there's a long period of reconstruction ahead. We must take the lead. A remorseful mumbling that we are sorry won't fill the bill. We ought to sit down with the family and frankly analyze the past as we now see it, being very careful not to criticize them or to bring up particulars, guys. Stay away from the particulars. I'm telling you, they're no good. Okay. Their defects may be glaring, but the chances are that our own actions are partly responsible. Yeah, they are. There's no, in my world, there was no chance of that. That is what was happening. And that's okay. So we clean house with the family, asking each morning in meditation that our Creator show us the way of patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. That is a practiced art, guys. Okay. And that is humility. It's all forms of humility. Okay. Practice the ones that you need. The spiritual life is not a theory. We have to live it. Unless one's family expresses a desire to live upon spiritual principles, we ought not urge them. Okay. So I didn't push my kids to go. My girl, the kids went to Alateen a little bit and enjoyed it, but they kind of got what they needed. They learned a lot from me. But I didn't force them into any kind of spirituality or you got to do this or do that. I did have them go to some Alateen meetings so that they knew what was going on with me. But they did that voluntarily. We should not talk incessantly to them about spiritual matters. Yeah, they don't want to freaking hear it. Okay, go to your meetings, right? Remember, you're the adult. So I'm talking about the children. You're the father. Be the father. I know it feels weird. It's still uncomfortable for me because I don't know I don't know how I'm supposed to act. Yeah, I'm not going to go. Sorry, I had a little bit of a flash. Okay, I'm back. We must remember that 10 or 20 years of drunkenness would make a skeptic out of anyone. There may be some, I'm going to skip that. All right. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We'll comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. I always like to speak on that part because I see it as the opposite. The further I've gone down the scale, the more I can help others because I've been through more. Okay. That doesn't mean go out and get my yets. Don't do that. Don't go out and grab your yets. Okay. You have a path. You do. Okay. And the thing is there is not a requirement. You get to decide your bottom. You really do. You get to decide that, which is good and it's bad. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and economic security will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. Okay. We suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. I call this the Karate Kid effect. Okay. We have been, because we're on ninth step here, we have been teaching you things that you don't even know yet. Okay. Alcoholics Anonymous can be kind of sneaky. Okay. All of our intentions are there. Okay. Very clear on what our intentions are. Right. But you're going to turn around one day and realize that God is doing for you what you could not do for yourself. And that's staying sober. That's the first one. Okay. The internet went out, right? Could have ticked me off. I was in the middle of a video. What the hell was going on? Go upstairs. My brother-in-law was having a hard time. I'm no longer worried about my crap. I was done worrying about me at that point. Because he was having some pretty big frustration. So I helped him. And guess what? Here I am. And I was able to help somebody because, you know what? That's what God needed me to do at that time. Okay. The other day, I was going through some anxiety. And I was having a hard time and I couldn't fix it. Fuck. I'm not supposed to swear. I almost did it. Yes. Progress. And I couldn't fix the darn vacuum. I did my brain. I'm like that. So he helped me, and it was just a quick stuff, but it was it was really quick. But sometimes these little things can seem overwhelming to somebody else. So go in there with a little bit of patience, tolerance, kindness, and love. What are you, stupid? You don't know how to. No, maybe they don't know yet. Okay. The vacuum got plugged up because people don't know how to use the vacuum. And my nieces think I'm weird, but tomorrow we're having vacuum class. I'm going to teach them how to vacuum. Because I told them nobody taught you guys how to vacuum. They're like, I'm like, trust me, you don't know how. You screwed up the vacuum. All right. Just let Uncle Dion teach you some life hacks, would you? All right, are these extravagant promises we think not? They're being fulfilled among us. Sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They always materialize if we work for them. You got to work for them, man. They don't come for free. It's not the way it happens. Okay. You get out what you put in, and I'm going to tell you, half measures will avail you nothing. They say if you put just a quarter of the effort that you did into drinking and drugging, you'll make it. No, use all of that fucking effort, man. What are you talking about? You're gonna need all of it. You are. All right. That was for me. I guess that's my own opinion. May I never let my intelligence be an excuse for lack of humility. Let's just end it there, man. It is so easy if I consider myself reasonably bright and capable of making decisions and handling my own affairs. I think that I'm reasonably bright and intelligent, but I cannot handle all my affairs. No, that's way too much for me. I need people's help. To look down upon humility as a property of those less intelligent, May I remember that intelligence and humility are both God-given. Today I'll remember if I have no humility, I have no intelligence. I love that. Yeah. So you don't get the intelligence without the humility. That's cool. I like the way that ended. Kind of straightforward, man. I like that straightforward stuff because it tells me, it used to be, well, screw you, you do it. You're gonna be telling me what to do, But now I look at it, it's like, heck yeah, that sounds like freedom to me. To me, I see the serenity in it. I see the calm. I see the love and the tolerance, and those are things that make me happy. Yay, happy, right? All right, guys, we should have a podcast coming up today, so be looking forward to that this afternoon. I hope everybody has a great day. I love you all. You know I do. You know I do. All right. I love you. I just don't want to leave. Peace out and have a day, guys.